Hello, welcome and welcome back. I'm Khadeen Kaur Chopra, your project proposal executive at Antarita, and I'm excited to guide you further on this journey of building your dream home in Bangalore. In our first session, we laid down the groundwork of turning your vision into reality. But today, we move into the second chapter of this journey, that is planning your construction project. In our first session, we laid down the groundwork of the turning your vision into reality. But today, we move into the second chapter. As we all know, every great structure begins not on the ground but on the paper with a clear vision, thought out plan. And in this session, we explore how is the right plan sets the pace, saves time, and ensure your home is built exactly the way you imagined. Drawing from the best-selling author of written a book written by Abharti ma'am only, I will be taking you step by step throughout the strategies that a successful homemakers is going to use for the plan wisely, cost effectively, without making any mistakes, and bring clarity to the every stage of construction. So let's dive into the chapter 2 because when the planning is strong, the foundation of your home becomes unshakable. Moving ahead, this is a 10-day free webinar for you. With each step, with each day, we are helping you throughoutly. We will be helping you with a one-on-one interaction. And if you have any doubt or anything, please message us in the comment section. Okay, moving ahead. So Antrita is the basically commitment to our clients, where we promise you to make sure your innovation and quality are matched, where satisfaction of our clients make Antrita best in the realm of its turnkey solutions. We have an experience of 13 years with the quality construction, with an architect of have a profound insights of our complete construction part of 15 years. We do not subcontract our work, which is one of a silent feature. Everything will be taken care by the professionals only. We have in our in-house team, we have proper professionals taking care of the entire project one by one, for groundwork to the excavation part, to the strength checking part, to the everything is measured and done by the construct by the proper skillful people at our end. Moving ahead, our pricing is fixed. There is no hidden cost. Whatever is decided at the forefront of the construction, when we are both common laid to the common grounds, you only have to pay that thing. Moving ahead, we offer a single all-inclusive premium package. Our safety reports and construction updates are thoroughly provided to you to make you assurance, to give you the assurance of how your building is being constructed, how sustainable and trustworthy it is. We follow strict timelines and ensure that your project is delivered on time. And if not, we are definitely ready to pay you the rent. Okay, moving on. As we have yesterday discussed about understanding the structure of Bangalore, today our subject will be planning our construction project. It is not an easy task to do so, by the way. Our with everything in details explanation, we often focus on the client satisfaction part, providing them innovative solutions and a very transparent process. We also help our clients to have a proper plan facilitation done by our side, so that you do not have to worry about it, because all essential permits are required during the construction from the BBMP, BWSSP and BESCOM. So we can help with the coordination of the utility providers and authorities with you, so that you can have a smooth worry free building process. As we understand, most of the people are working and do not have the time to stand up in the long queues of the government official offices outside and do that part of the work. So we are here with that solution as well. Okay, coming back to the planning your construction project. In this chapter, we will understand the proper essential elements of what are requirement for the construction of the while planning a construction project in Bangalore, to make sure we have a smooth and a successful execution of it, by defining our project, building a proper project scope, understanding the land acquisition and legal consideration as well. With each section provide a valuable insight and help us to understand the complexities of the construction. So you do not be go all naive into this part, and there will be a long-term investment involved. Moving ahead. Refining, first thing first, a budget before building any construction, we need to get set on the basics of it. That is refining your budget and project scope. First thing, you have to decide the establish a real budget of the plan. What, like, how much is the investment required? Then there will be defining the project scope, and then there will be the involvement of stakeholders as well. First thing first, defining the project involves what specific objectives and deliverables you have, what boundaries you're going to set on the part of the construction, costing. That is the prime goal. How much money in this world? How much what all the things you need to take in mind before setting out the construction project. You have to set a clear objective for that, and for that you have to have a primary goal of the project. To make sure you have a, if you have, are you building a home for a single family or a commercial building or a mixed use development, your objective has to be clear. Like, what is the purpose of the building? Okay. Second thing, we have to come down with identify deliverables. List all the things which come that are expected from the project, including the blueprints you require, complete structure, 2D layouts, 3D layouts, landscaping, utilities, so that you can have a clear vision what all the requirements you have in that charter. You can show it to your stakeholders as well, and make sure your stakeholders are definitely aligned with you. Whatever you how many people and all your members or the stakeholders should be aligned on the project, so there will be no further hassles or any issues. Lastly, establishing boundaries, making sure what has to be included in the project and what has not to be. If you're looking from a small suite residential purpose, say, you have to set a different kind of a layout. If you want to have a rental purpose building or a commercial building, the layout would be different, therefore which occurs, and additional changes can be done, but you have to first have to understand the boundaries which you have to create for that, and also make sure the changes without adjusting the budget and everything. Involving stakeholders. Why involving stakeholders and involving is an important part in the planning process, because it includes family members. It may include your family members, investors, architects, or contractors, so that you can have a reliable source of people for the entire project. Because building a construction is build a construction building is not just a one-time investment. It can be a one. It is not just a small investment. It can be a one-time investment of one's life. To have a complete understanding of building your dream home in Bangalore or any residential purpose, it has to be stress free, budget friendly, and regular communication ensures that everyone is on the same page and have been properly informed and contributed in the decision making. First thing. Now, after that, our first thing that comes into the mind is the choosing the right location and land acquisition. Factors which involve that is choosing or selecting the right location for the construction is very important, as it is the basic and the long-term requirement of the successful project. The right choice of increase the property value. The right choice may include that property value and ensure the long-term convenience, because we cannot take our building and move to some other place. It is something very standard, something very insuited into the land, so you have to check where you are using the right location for the right project. Which comes in the number one is proximity to amenities. Make sure that it checks all your essential requirements. Like, if you're going for rental and residential part, schools, hospital, markets, public transport are available nearby. It has to be well connected to the main city of where so that the daily life would be easier and improves overall attractiveness of the property. Secondly, always keep in mind the safety and environment. Make sure you have thoroughly researched the safety of the crime neighborhood. What kind of crime rates are there? What are environmental factors? Like, is it flood zone area or industrial area? It has to be if you're building a home, it has to we have to consider so many things alongside. Okay. As well as safety, presence, environment contributes to a higher quality of for the residents only. Thirdly, future development plans. If you have a plan to investing a goal, local government development plans are there or not, so that your property value what will directly and approximately affect your property value. That whatever property land you are buying in, it has to align with the government purposes only. Areas must be marked for future infrastructure, also improvements or commercial developments for that matter may appreciate a significant over time. Construct second now thing is now conducting the site assessment. After we have concluded the part, like what kind of things we need to keep in mind while before buying the land where we can build a construction, now we have to make sure what kind of site assessment we need to do. That is, we have to know what kind of land we are building on, whether it is flood prone area, whether the soil has proper viscosity in it or not. Before acquiring the land, we must conduct proper assessments, proper tests to understand the physical condition and its environmental condition. Number one and foremost important is its soil testing. Hire a proper geotechnical engineer who will analyze the soil and understand its load bearing capacity, because that is something very, very important, and to determine if the foundation is suitable. And if you are still going to build on that, so you can arrange the foundation, the footing of the building accordingly to the soil has been provided. For example, if your soil is clay, your foundation has to go a bit deeper as well. If your soil is sandy, then again there will be a different kind of foundation. A different type of soil requires a different type of footing or foundation. Secondly, environmental impact assessment. In some cases, environmental assessment may be required to attend to understand the potential impacts of the local ecosystem and complies with regulation. Like what kind of environmental natures are there. In some cases, it can be also be required to understand what potentials you can provide it back to the ecosystem with proper regulations and compliances. Now, coming to the acquisition process. Once we have identified the suitable location and we have understand the type of soil and environmental issues and everything has been understood, we can move ahead with the steps legally to have a proper acquirement of the land. Number one is, first thing first, engage with a proper and a real estate agent, or somebody who will be helping you with the proper work of the land acquisition, who has a very good specialization in land deals in Bangalore, so that you can get a nice land, a good plot size area in the suitable project, as well as alongside with without any hassle, and so that you can find your proper suitable properties and you can have a better negotiating terms. Because buying the land and something like that it is not just a one time thing. You need to have understanding with the proper experts for that, what kind of land is there, whether it is worth that much or not, whether there are some hidden things, it is governmental, it is affiliated by the government and have proper papers or not. So you need to have to hire a proper real estate agent to understand the a property can be shown to you. Second, now comes to the negotiation terms. Discuss the price, payment in terms of condition with the sellers. What is your requirement? What are they offering? And you have to be very, very, very thorough with the negotiation term as well. This include in setting times and addressing with any repair modification needed for finalizing the sale as well. Thirdly, now due diligence. Conduct proper due diligence by reviewing the land titles, surveys, existing lines of the property. Ensure that paperwork is in order before you finalize the purchase. Because this is something very basic, I must say. You need to be very thorough with the paperwork. Your real estate agent is providing it to you. You need to understand that everything aligns, everything, the property, the land has a proper land titles to it. It is properly affiliated by the government. It comes into the proper khatas are properly understood. It has been properly understood by the khatas and everything, to ensure that nothing, you are not getting into the vein pit, but your work, everything before making the final payment and investing so large hefty amount of money, make sure that everything is into the order. Now, after that, finalize the purchase. Once everything is verified, drafted, and signed, make sure everything is legally bounded. When everything is done like that, Make sure all the terms are clearly stated upon both the parties to prevent misunderstanding for later. We do not know what kind of what scenarios can come in the future, so you have to be very thorough with the agreement, sale agreement, deed, and everything, to make sure that everything is stated clear to the both the parties, the buyer as well as the seller. Now now, a second topic would be the legal consideration and requirement processes. Understanding the local regulation. Make sure local regulation are properly navigated and landscape with the critical success of your construction. Familiarize yourself with the local regulation, zoning laws, building codes applicable to the project. What is zoning laws? These are the laws which help you decide the building can be constructed in a particular area, and they have set of rules for land use, building height, distance from the road, setbacks area, and how many structures can be built on a plot. So that is what your zoning law is. Understanding the zoning law will help you to avoid costly mistakes. Like you first, like if you do not have any understanding of zoning law, but then you have already constructed some of the construction, and then further you get to know that it is not permissible or something like that, then obviously there will be the hefty loss of your hefty costly mistakes. Now, building codes. Make sure all the rules ensure the building safety and meet quality standards. Make sure that you cover how strong structure should be to be fireproof, weight proof, from plumbing safety, how strong the structure from the plumbing and electrical system. Make Please follow the codes. It is mandatory to to prove. Or any kind of illegal to make sure that your building is 100% legal, and to you any kind of further issues with the legal and with the government. Now, coming to this, now comes the building require permits. What is building permits? This is basically a primary permit to begin with the construction, to ensure the compliance with the zoning laws, building codes. To get permits, you will need to submit detailed structure for the approval. Understanding that, you need to have a proper, so that you can get without any further issues and a hassle in between, you can have a proper plan to be approved by the government or the authorities. Second, they are environmentally clear. Certain cases, especially for large scale projects, environmental cases, clearances are also required. Authorities assesses your construction affects the surrounding, and may require specific measures to reduce harm in the environmental basis. Thirdly, occupancy certificate, that is your OC. Once the construction is complete, you will be need to provide an occupancy certificate to certify that building is safe for inhabitation. All right, and this often require before utilities in like water, electricity to be conducted. That you have to make sure then believe that you are providing you that you're getting that occupancy certificate, that your building is worth for living, and and this has to be done before you can get with your proper utilities in line, like electricity and water. Correct. Now, engaging in the legal professionals. Why it is important? Make sure that whatever agreements you have made with the real estate agent and your stakeholders and everybody before, while you are processing with the land and starting with the CCs and OCs and everything, make sure that a lawyer is there to read all the agreements with the contractor and suppliers and the third parties, so that there you are legally sound and safeguard your interest. It helps to prevent further misunderstanding, legal issues on the time. Second, navigating regulation. A legal professional can help with you in the navigate a myriad of regulation and ensure your project complies with all the legal requirements. Now, thirdly, dispute resolution. If in the event of disputes, there is between the contractor and the seller, regulatory bodies or anything, have a legal support so that facilitate your resolution and protect your investment. Always be sound and always be aware with your, always be ready with your proper work paperwork from the day one, from from booking up the land to the proper construction and then getting into the building. Always be sound and clear with your paperwork. Be assured of that. Now, Timelines and management. Establishing a timeline is very important because for your own keeping, because you cannot let your construction start in 1 year and go up to 10 years. You have to make sure a proper track of construction, because elongated construction can may also cost you much than your budget, required budget. So make a realistic timeline which will include some milestones, buffer periods, buffer periods like, make sure in the milestone part, identify that the milestone of the construction process, such as site preparation, foundation laying, framing, finishing, and any other utility administrative, can have take time, and you have to track that process as well. Secondly, buffer period. Include buffer time as well in your timeline to accommodate potential delays due to weather or environmental issues, or material shortage, or to have a proper understanding how much estimated time it could take you for a proper construction part. All right. For it regarded the budget, also for labor issues, so so that you will be clear in your mind, like if you have said your work can be completed like in 10 months, but you go by 14 months, so that you can have some extra time, buffer time, that you have take it at your end, so that there will be no further delays. It should not go below after like 14. It can come to none before 10 months, it can also be completed, but it should not go above certain, like 14 months for example. Now, selecting a project manager. Why it is important? It is very essential to have something kind of a project manager at your side, to make sure everything is happening on the line, everything is happening on the provided timeline, so that you do not have to be worried on that part. Choosing a competent project manager can significantly affect your success of the construction. Project manager is very much responsible for your coordinating activities, making sure that all the contractors, subcontractors, supplier are working diligently on the same goal. They are not letting things are not going east and west in other directions, so that they can have a proper understanding that what is they all should be on the same page for the part of construction. The budget oversight should be there, like proper monitoring of the expense should be there, or like how much, what is your set budget, and how should be under that boundary itself to remain on the budget. Next, there will be quality control, ensuring that all the works, whatever you are putting in your building, has to meet the quality standard, and like it has the design specification. It should not be whatever is coming in somebody's mind, they're putting it under the construction. No, proper quality standard should be met, proper design specification should be created. Now, next, communication and reporting. Good communication prevents misunderstanding and ensures smooth execution. Regular updates can check in helps and keep everyone on the same page, like weekly meetings. Schedule some weekly meetings with the project manager and contractor and relevant stakeholders and your subcontractors to address the issue, like where are you on the page, and how long it will take you on being on that part, and what will be the next step if there is an issue in related to the previous or ongoing project or ongoing level of the ongoing process step of the construction. Resolve that. Then there will be progress report. Maintain a proper progress report with an outline, completed task, current challenge, and what are the next step, so that this can keep stakeholders, you, and everybody well informed and in the decision making. Now, conclusion. Planning a construction project like that is again like a giant puzzle. You have to connect everything piece by piece, so that it should not go in like, it should not bombarded with so many suggestions and everything. So you have to be in a right state of position to provide everybody a single task, so that every work can come into the proper alignment. Each step has a vital importance. Make sure your land has been properly managed, your land work has been properly managed, your legal work has properly managed. Make sure you are legally sounded. A lawyer or any practitioner should be there to properly understand the working, what is happening. Be always sound with the legal documents at your end. Always plan a well approach and strong communication with the local regulations and everything, so that your vision of your project is entirely understood by everyone, creating a space for not only yourself to fulfill, but also the surroundings as well. Now, Thank you so much. This was all about, and everything which we have done was on the basis on this bestseller author book, To Building Your Own Dream House in Bangalore by Bharti Ma'am. And these are some of the projects which we have recently completed. You can definitely visit and see how we follow everything I have told you so far in chapter 2 in our working projects as well. You can definitely visit our office and also can share your address in the below so that we can share this book link with you. So either we can share the book link with you or we can send this to you as a complimentary. Bharti ma'am has been as a trained and extremely talented architect working from the past 15 years, has been awarded with so many awards as well, like Proud Indian Awardee and a Businesswoman Awardee. You can definitely book your slot, free consultation for the construction building you are having at this number, at the given number, and also you can email it as at antarita@gmail.com, so that you can have something like this, a project meeting reports, sorry, project proposal meeting with me or or some of our executives, so that we can understand what is basically a requirement for the project. Thank you so much. It was lovely having you all here. I hope to see you at your office and gets connected. Thank you.